You've probably heard of Stonehenge, Machu Picchu, Pompeii, Angkor Wat, and the Acropolis, even if you've never been there at all. Exploring the ruins of a long-gone civilization where complex and enigmatic cultures have thrived before disappearing is just utterly magical. Around the world, there are a number of cultural and religious structures that have either weathered the test of time or have been unearthed. Now, they stand as famous monuments for visitors to marvel at. Here are our top 10 picks for the most stunning, ancient, and legendary ruins that you must add to your bucket list, from century-old temples in Greece to pre-Columbian settlements in Mexico. Watch to find out which of these ancient ruins seems so fantastical that you'd assume it was straight out of a fairy tale. Number 1. Rapa Nui National Park, Easter Island. Rapa Nui, the indigenous name for Easter Island, bears witness to a unique cultural phenomenon. Rapa Nui National Park is a protected Chilean wildlife area located on Easter Island that concentrates the legacy of the Rapa Nui culture. A society of Polynesian origin had previously settled there. Around the year 300, a strong, innovative, and unique tradition of monumental sculpture and building was created, free from any outside influences. This civilization sculpted giant stone statues known as moai and built shrines between the 10th and the 16th centuries, resulting in an unparalleled cultural environment that continues to awe visitors from all over the world. These eerie sculptures were built between the 10th and the 16th century and show the ancestors of the Rapa Nui people. Their heights range from 6 feet to 60 feet. You'll have to go to the farthest inhabited island on Earth to view them. Because of their solitude, they developed unique creative traditions, including petroglyphs in caves and stone structures. The park, which takes up 40% of the island, is home to several statues. Number 2. Volbilis Morocco. Volbilis is one of Morocco's best preserved Roman remains, and it's situated between the imperial cities of Fez and Meknès on a fertile plain surrounded by wheat fields. It can be seen from the neighboring holy town of Moulay Idris Zerhoun, as well as from higher places along the valley. Volbilis, a city in the extreme southwest of the Roman Empire, was founded before the Christian era when the territory was a part of the Kingdom of Mauritania. It was also one of the most isolated cities in the Roman Empire. The Berbers established this North African city, which is now 5,000 years old, and it eventually developed into a remote outpost of the Roman Empire. During its 10 centuries of occupation, Islamic and Christian civilizations coexisted. Despite seismic damage, the ancient ruins, which include an aqueduct, hot baths, and a triumphal arch, are in good condition given their remoteness, temperature, and lengthy abandonment. The mosaic flooring at the House of Orpheus, the largest of the excavated homes, are particularly impressive. Number 3. Chichen Itza, Mexico. The Pyramid of Kukulkan in Chichen Itza is such a masterful piece of astronomical engineering and design that, on the vernal and autumnal equinoxes, the sun produces shadows that slither like snakes and appear to descend its stairways. A Mayan metropolis named Chichen Itza formerly stood on Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula. Chichen Itza is a significant tourist destination, yet it's still a working archaeological site. Thousands of people attend the ancient site today because of the phenomena, but the day before, with much fewer people, a nearly identical light show may be observed. The Great Ball Court, the Jaguar Temple, and a circular observatory are further attractions. Even more information about the culture and achievements of the Mayan people, who presided over a large portion of what is now Mexico and Central America before European colonists arrived, is being revealed by new discoveries that are continuously being made in the region. In 1988, Chichen Itza was designated as the UNESCO World Heritage Site, and in 2007, it was chosen as one of the new 7 wonders of the world in a global poll. Number 4. Heart of Neolithic Orkney, Scotland. The Orkney Islands in Scotland are full in artifacts from 5,000 years ago. The Orkney Islands' prehistoric inhabitants started constructing magnificent stone structures some 5,000 years ago. The mainland, the biggest island in the archipelago, is home to the stones of Stennis, Michaud, Skara Brae, and the Ring of Brodgar, 4 structures together referred to as the Heart of Neolithic Orkney. The The four Heart of Neolithic Orkney sites are each unique examples of Neolithic architecture and design. However, when taken as a whole, they make up one of Western Europe's richest Neolithic landscapes. These remains from the late Stone Age are highly preserved, in part because of their position. Stennis, an early henge monument, resembles a modern sculpture installation. Mesa is a chambered mound tomb, and Brodgar's large stone circle has 27 of the original megaliths still standing. Skarabrae's dwellings have been dubbed the Scottish Pompeii because they are older than Stonehenge and far less visited. Number 5. Ayutaya, Thailand. While visiting Thailand, get away from the vibrant commotion of Bangkok and visit the UNESCO World Heritage listed historical site of Ayutaya. The second capital of the Siamese Kingdom was the historic city of Ayutaya, established in 1350. From the 14th through the 18th centuries, when it was thriving, it became one of the biggest and most cosmopolitan cities in the world, as well as a hub for international trade and diplomacy. Ayutaya is a ghostly metropolis of impressive ruins, confounded Wats, and prong. Offerings in vibrant colors stand out against the old stones and brick. Ayutaya was established by King Rama in 1350. It was a commerce hub with palaces and temples, and it was one of the biggest towns in the world during its height. It is located at the head of the Gulf Siam. The Siamese kingdom capital was Ayutaya until it was obliterated by the Burmese army in 1767. Number 6. Petra Jordan. The rock-cut capital of Nabateans, situated between the Red Sea and the Dead Sea and inhabited since prehistoric times, developed into a significant caravan hub for the incense of Arabia and silks of China, and the spices of India during Hellenistic, acting as a crossroads between Arabia, Egypt, and Syria Phoenicia. Half built and partially carved into the rock, Petra is encircled by mountains that are laced with tunnels and valleys. Before being abandoned as a result of earthquakes in the 4th and 6th century CE, Petra thrived more than 2,000 years ago, dealing with Rome on an equal footing. Visitors may now descend the Sikh's long, narrow canyon on foot to reach the city's entrance, which is a spectacular entry to any tourist destination. The treasury's intricately carved exterior may be seen as the canyon opens up onto it. From there, you may see the streets of facades, cliffside tombs, and an amphitheater hewn out of living rock. A difficult but worthwhile hike leads to the magnificent ancient monastery. To take advantage of the shifting light, think about purchasing a 3-day pass and coming at various times. Number 7. City of Colosseum, Peru. The archaeological site of an urban community that belonged to the complex and fully established Supe state has been designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, which is essentially a reliable seal of approval that signifies, "Come here." It was built at the same time period as the Mesopotamian and ancient Egyptian works between 3000 and 1800 BC. It is situated north of Lima in a desert close to the Supe River and dates back more than 5,000 years. On its 150 acres are earth and stone homes, a lofty temple, and circular plazas that are submerged. This is outstanding architecture for a culture that did not produce ceramics. The excavations were started in 1994 by the Peruvian archaeologist Ruth Shady Sedal, and they are still going strong. The weathered pyramids of Colosseum predate the well-known Egyptian pyramids. Number 8. Oum, Ethiopia. Oum, a city in the northern Ethiopian highlands, represents the prosperity and significance of the ancient Aksumite kingdom civilization, which existed from the 1st to the 8th century AD. The kingdom of Oum flourished in northern Ethiopia during the height of the Roman Empire for almost 10 centuries. These ancient commercial hubs' relics include sculpted obelisks, royal tombs, and palace ruins. The tallest obelisk that is still in existence is more than 60 feet tall and is sculpted to resemble a structure. In the instance of Oum, Italian forces stole an obelisk in 1937 during their rule of Ethiopia. It was later recovered, much like the Acropolis and other ancient sites taken by previous invaders. Stone tablets with trilingual writing on them are also priceless remains in Greek, Sabina, and what was then the local language, Gais. Number 9. Olympia, Greece. The sanctuary of Olympia was built in a serene and beautiful natural setting in the valley formed by the confluence of the Alpheus and Claudius rivers in the northwest Peloponnese in the regional unit of Elia. The tranquil atmosphere is still there despite the fact that much of this sanctuary's remains have been destroyed, including one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, a statue made of gold and ivory. Olympia was once a religious center, but today we identify it with athletics. Beginning in 776 BCE and continuing for nearly 1,000 years, the Olympic Games were a component of a celebration honoring Zeus. Later, the site suffered significant damage from the Romans and earthquakes. Compared to the enormous gymnasium, more columns are still there. Number 10. Mesa Verde National Park, Colorado. For more than 700 years, Mesa Verde's cliffs and mesas were home to vibrant ancestral Pueblo civilizations. The park now preserves the rich cultural history of 26 pueblos and tribes and provides tourists with a breathtaking view into the past. There are nearly 1,000 species living in this World Heritage Site and International Dark Sky Park, some of which are unique to our planet. The federal government preserved this region long before the National Park Service was established, making it the first archaeological site worldwide to receive such a designation. Don't miss the 150-room, 23-kiva daily ranger-guided Cliff Palace tour or the longer, more in-depth Longhouse tour. Note that the Park Lodge is open from May to October and that the cliff houses are closed during the winter when it's cold outside. Even though there are many places in the globe with amazing archaeological ruins, some of them are shrouded in mystery. How did ancient humans create such massive buildings with just the most basic equipment, and what led to their collapse? We hope this video gave you that push to learn more about them. Also, check out this other video if you want to visit Arizona. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more of our top 10 prime picks.